Am I the asshole because I told my partner that if we have a boy I'm not naming him after him? We already have a daughter together and I let him name her. He didn't want to compromise on a name that we would both agreed on, so I said I wanted to give her a middle name. He also said no to that. That if I want to give her a middle name he'd rather not have anything to do with naming her. I ended up feeling bad and letting him name her. He ended up naming her Shelby because he loves Mustangs. I love her name now. It fits. He's now telling me that he deserves a junior if we have a boy. He wants to name him Jose. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a junior. He's a great dad and a great person, but I would love to name just one of my children. I don't plan on having more just so I can have the chance to name one. I know it's just a name and it shouldn't be such a big deal, but to me it is. He's really upset and doesn't understand why it means so much for me to be able to name one of my children when he deserves it. Why I won't go back on this. Having a boy isn't even promised, but it's definitely a conversation we've had a few times. Am I the asshole for not wanting my partner to have a junior because I want to name the baby? Edit. I am not pregnant. It's a conversation we've had recently which ended with me stating I'm 99% positive I don't even want another child. I have an IUD birth control that has been working great for me and I'm not worried about any unplanned children unless I'm part of the unlucky 0.1% that get pregnant while on BC. Thank you everyone for the responses and the concern. My daughter and I are very safe and well taken care of, even though her dad is a big baby that can't take no for an answer. Not the asshole. He blew his naming wad on your daughter. He deserves a junior. When he pushes him out of his vagina. He's really upset and doesn't understand why it means so much for me to be able to name one of my children when he deserves it. If it shouldn't matter to you, then why the hell does it matter so much to him? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I might be in the minority, but I don't believe in SR, Junior. Each person is an individual and deserves their own unique identifying name. If you have a boy, it's up to the both of you to choose a name. Don't go with Junior. Not the asshole. But he's not a great person. He's barely mediocre. He sounds selfish, controlling, and immature. And you are attracted to him? Not the asshole. Your partner is an asshole. Of course you should have a say in naming your own child. Do not give in this time. Am I the asshole for refusing to take care of our baby during the night so my wife can sleep? We have a 8-week-old baby boy. My wife, 23, is in maternity leave. I am 24, on the other hand am working an office job. I work from 7 to 12. Made a mistake here. I work from 6 to 12. Sorry about that. So 6 hours in the morning. And then my boss accommodated my schedule so I can work 2 more hours from home to be with my family, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Given this arrangement, my wife and I decided that she was gonna do the baby feeding during the night. I feed him and take care of him before going to work. Then she obviously takes care of him while I'm at work. I take care of him after I get home. We switch the bathe time or we do it together, depending on how tired we are, and I put him to sleep. I think this is a good arrangement. We both have equal work and break time. When I'm taking care of the baby, she can do whatever she likes. She can go nap, go out, whatever. I do some of the night feedings during weekends. Well, she asked me 2 days ago to start doing some of the night feedings too. She says she's tired because she can't sleep enough, well, during the night. I refused because I have to wake up quite early to work and I need to be well rested at work. I told her I won't mind doing it if I wake up anyway, like if the baby is crying or she accidentally wakes me up while getting up, but that's hardly gonna happen because I'm a deep sleeper. I told her she can nap when I get home so she's well rested. But she says she tried but is not used to napping. I stood my ground and said I can't do more than I already do. We're in a tight spot. She's not giving me the cold shoulder or any like that, but I can tell she's angry at me. I understand that she's tired and we're both still getting used to being a parent, but we spoke about the arrangement before to avoid this kind of argument. Am I the asshole? What can we do? Edit. I'm reading your comments. You are entitled to your opinion on this, but please be nice. There's no need to assume anything or insult. A friend of mine said it to her husband best: if you go to work tired, you do your job a little worse. If I'm too tired to do my job, taking care of their baby, then a life is in jeopardy. While this sounds extreme, it's true. What if your wife fell asleep nursing the baby and they fell off the bed, or she rolled into them in her sleep? Your wife is asking for your help. You need to compromise here for the sake of her and your child. The idea that what you're doing is more important than what she's doing is deeply flawed, and she obviously needs more rest than she's getting. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. She is taking care of the baby all day, until you get home, and all night, every night? I understand you have to work, but I work in an office, and WFH too. And you can get by with a little sleep deprivation. Welcome to having a baby. Nobody should be getting multiple full nights of sleep at the expense of the other. I know you can do Friday and Saturday nights, and you could probably swing Tuesday or Wednesday without too much pain. Everything is in flux right now, including what you guys thought you agreed to in the beginning. Kids require nimble adjustments because you just don't know until you get there. When exactly is she supposed to sleep? If you are doing everything from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m., then sure, that's fine, because she can sleep from 3:11. But that's not happening, is it? She's getting fractured sleep at night, no sleep 7 a.m. 3 p.m., and then when's on duty from 3 p.m. until bedtime. When is she supposed to sleep? You are the asshole. I'll withhold judgment, but you desperately need to learn to deal with facts on the ground as life changes. You cannot decide, this is how it will be, as a parent and stick to that no matter what. Your kid is a person, and will have their own preferences and challenges, even as a baby. Your wife thought the arrangement would be fair. She now finds it isn't working for her. Treating her as if she lied does no one any good. You need to come up with solutions now that fit the current facts. It only gets more complicated from here. You are the asshole. I'm a new mother to an 11-week-old baby myself. My partner works a 4-on-4-off shift pattern, 2 days, 2 nights. When he's on days I do the entire night alone because he's a crane operator. It would literally be dangerous for him to fall asleep. Otherwise we split the nights pretty 50-50. You work in an office, you can afford to be tired. She's not asking you to do all of the night, just some of. Having a new baby is fucking exhausting. Her body is still recovering. Her hormones will be all over the place. My partner and I also discussed arrangements beforehand to avoid arguments, and guess what? They all changed because being a parent is way harder than it looks. Suck it up and help her out. This is not the hill to die on. Would I be the asshole for not having my cancer-stricken ex-husband stay with me through his treatment? For most of our marriage my husband, 39M, and I, 37F, had a very happy relationship. We had good jobs, decent money, 2 kids and loved each other. Then he got diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and we went through years of painful treatments and recovery together. We moved to a small house to be close to the research center where he underwent treatment. His parents paid half of the down payment on the house, the other half was from our savings and investments. In the divorce he gave me the house and took all of his medical debt. We have been divorced a year, but now his cancer has come back and he needs treatment again at the same research hospital. He wants to stay in what is now my house while undergoing treatment, and his parents expect me to house him and look after him because he was generous in letting me have the house without taking his rightful share from the equity. When we were married and he was undergoing treatment, it was new stuff that was expensive and also very physically draining on him. We were lucky that both our jobs were supportive and flexible, but with his health issues, little kids and expenses, we had to downgrade our lifestyle a lot. That plus the physical changes in his body made him very depressed. Whenever he felt a bit better, he'd go stay in his hometown. It's a small town where most of his family and a lot of his childhood friends live. I was doing all the caretaking of him, while also dealing with insurance complications. I was also managing the kids, the entire household and my full-time job. We had help from friends and neighbors, but it was very hard. I wasn't happy about him spending his healthy days away from us, but it was good for his mental health, so I didn't feel like I could object. While he was staying there he had reconnected with his high school girlfriend. A couple years ago he admitted to me that he was sleeping with her and I filed for divorce. He had fully recovered from his cancer by then. There are other aspects around the cheating that left me very heartbroken and feeling betrayed. His giving me the house and taking all the debt was an apology of a sort. His parents feel that I owe him for getting the house and should let him stay there for the 2-3 months his treatment is at the facility. I do want him to be well and I don't want my kids to lose a loving father. But I can't deal with having him around me, especially not if I end up being his nurse and caretaker again. I am still very bitter about how our marriage ended. A lot of people close to me are telling me that I should support him for the sake of my kids. Would I be the asshole if I say I can't do that? Not the asshole. Let his girlfriend take care of him. ETA. Thanks for the award SK 1999 SK. Smile ETA 2. Thanks for the second award, kind stranger. Not the asshole. Even without the cheating and whatnot, caretaking is a full-time job and it's very taxing emotionally, mentally, and physically. You're not his wife anymore. You have no obligation to do this. Not the asshole, and for anyone saying you owe him, you paid your debt in full, by taking care of him and then by not raking him over the coals in the divorce, when he cheated. You owe him nothing. Not the asshole man has the audacity to cheat after you've been keeping the ship afloat and taking care of him and everyone else alone? Sounds like karma is getting him now. Not the asshole. He cheated on you, you divorced when he was recovered. Him being kind in the divorce should not mean you have to care for him. It's a sad state of affairs. I guess he would like to be close to his kids while ill and going through treatment, but at the same time, there should be someone else in his life who can care for and house him through this difficult time. Am I the asshole for skipping study group when a kid is there? I'm 20 female, a student at a community college. I have math 3 days a week, and after class a group of us grabs lunch and coffee and sits down in the library to do homework together. Honestly, it's just as much a social thing as it is academic, and it's a lot of fun. A month into the semester, a 10-year-old girl joined the class. She's a genius and apparently high school math was too easy for her, so she's taking math and biology here. As smart as she is, she's still a little kid. She has a princess backpack and lunchbox, and her backpack has more toys than books. Her nanny was constantly late to pick her up and she can't check herself into the campus daycare, so someone invited her to join the study group. I'm not a kid person. Being in the same class as one is weird enough, but I'm not going to get coffee, or in her case, a juice box, and hang out with one. I went to study group when she was there once and it was just weird. The whole mood is different. She joins the group on Mondays and Wednesdays, so I said that I have to work early on those days and do homework at home. Then on Fridays I joined the group and it's like the baby genius doesn't exist. Then on Friday she asked if she could join us. Her nanny called in sick, so she had to wait on campus until her mom could pick her up. The group said yes, so I started to leave. Someone asked where I was going, so I said I got called in to work early. Well, that made them figure it out, and I got texts from half the group asking if I'm seriously skipping the group because there's a kid there, and all calling me immature and saying I hurt baby genius's feelings by not wanting to go to group when she's there. I told my mom about it and she agrees that it's stupid and immature to miss study group just because there's a kid there. Am I the asshole for skipping the group? No assholes here, but also you are the asshole. I get it, I don't like kids. I have one and I love him, but I definitely need a break sometimes. You're not obligated to hang around if you don't want to. But what does make you the asshole is how you're talking about this literal child. The whole tone when you're talking about her is just mean. Of course she has a princess backpack? Of course she has toys? Kids her age who graduated and are already in college do not get much a childhood, if any childhood. I don't know. It might just be me who feels this way. Even if I don't like kids, I don't like adults who talk about kids like they're a burden. The vibe is there whether you intend it to be or not. You are free to not want to hang out with a kid in your free time, so missing the study group does not make you aw. Calling her names however does make you the asshole. Baby genius. Sounds like you think you got bumped or something. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. You're 20 years old referring to a 10 years old as a baby genius, whose feelings you hurt. Do you understand how that makes you an aw? You're not an asshole for not wanting to be around a child, but you are the asshole for the way you talk about her. You act like she's a plague upon this earth.